Hello, my name is Richard Mole, and I'm a professor of political sociology at the UCL School of Slavonic and East European Studies. My REF impact case study related to the expertise on Russia that I provided to support claims by queer Russian asylum seekers in the United States. In June 2013, the Russian government introduced a law banning the spreading of propaganda of non-traditional sexual relations among minors. The law resulted in a rise in homophobic rhetoric and violence in Russia, and also in an increase in the number of LGBTQ Russians leaving Russia and seeking asylum overseas. In the United States, the number of claims from Russians increased dramatically from 2013 onwards. Just in 2016, the US received over 1,900 asylum claims from Russian citizens, the majority of which were LGBTQ, according to US immigration lawyers. Judges in asylum cases require detailed information about the conditions in the asylum seekers' countries of origin. They rely on so-called country of origin information to inform their decisions about the credibility of asylum cases and the potential risks if applicants are forced to return home. Through the provision of expert evidence, my research played a central part in the decision-making in the asylum cases by a number of Russian gays and lesbians in the United States. The findings underpinning the impact case study were drawn from a research project on queer migration from Eastern Europe to Germany and the UK over a period of 4 years from 2012 to 2016. The research was based on 50 interviews with Russian-speaking lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans and queer migrants, 11 of whom were asylum seekers or refugees, as well as on the analysis of a range of Russian laws, parliamentary debates, political speeches, human rights reports and public opinion surveys. In the interviews, respondents spoke of being unable to live their lives openly, being rejected by their families, verbal and physical attacks, and in the most extreme cases, intimidation, violence, and detention at the hands of the Russian police. Furthermore, document analysis demonstrated that there was no anti-discrimination laws in employment or in the provision of goods and services that apply to LGBTQ people, and there's no anti-LGBTQ hate crime laws in Russia. So it was this information about the situation for LGBTQ people in Russia that I included in my reports, which was submitted as evidence in 10 asylum cases in the United States. In one of the cases, one lawyer summed up that my report was significantly influential in determining the possibility of future harm to the asylum seeker and his ability to relocate. The evidence in my report was considered so clear and precise by the government attorney that he waived cross-examination of me. The immigration judge indicated that she was thoroughly convinced by the country conditions evidence that I provided, to the extent that she was prepared to grant asylum without needing to hear oral testimony from me. Of the 10 cases I supported, 5 were granted asylum and 5 are still in process. With regard to the impact on the individual asylum seekers themselves, the granting of asylum resulted in the end of 5 months of detention, enabling the client to live and work in the US and express his sexual orientation and identify as a gay man without fear of persecution.